Hi, good morning then, Helena. I am Nicola Davis-Job and I'm the Acute Care Leadership Advisor at the RCN. And I think perhaps you could introduce yourself.
Thanks, Nicola. Yes, I'm Heléna Herklots, the Older People's Commissioner for Wales.
So the RCN are really pleased to be part of the steering group on the work that you're doing on older people and domestic abuse. And we're really keen to share this on White Ribbon Day, which is the 25th of November. So can you share with us and the people watching the work that your group has been doing?
Yes, and it's great to be supporting the RCN on White Ribbon Day, an incredibly important day. And the work we're doing as a group really came together at the beginning of the pandemic in March time. We'd been doing work on the abuse of older people for many years at the Commissioner's Office, actually, trying to raise awareness and improve support. But my concern was, as we came into the pandemic, that the risks for older people would increase. So the usual way in which people might spot if there was a problem with an older person might not be happening, because older people might not be getting visitors from home care workers, they might not be being seen so much by friends and neighbours. So decided to bring together organisations so that we could work collaboratively to increase awareness of the risks of abuse of older people, and also to work together to improve the services and support that older people need. And I've been delighted by the way in which so many individuals and organisations have come together, working really hard in a very challenging time. And I believe that we are making progress now and finding ways to learn from each other, to give older people's experience is the awareness that they need. And I'm confident that we're going to make a real difference together.
One of the things that I was really shocked about was that if you're over 74, you're not counted in the statistics of domestic abuse, and that has really shocked me.
It is shocking, isn't it? And it's this theme of the data and what it does and doesn't count is one that runs through a lot of issues to do with older people, actually. But this one in particular is damaging, actually, because it means that older people's experiences are not captured. We have an opportunity to change this. So at the moment, the England and Wales Crime Survey doesn't capture that information for people over the age of 74 who are victims of domestic abuse. And there's the domestic abuse bill going through the UK Parliament at the moment, and it does give us that opportunity to change this. So I'm hoping that we can. And with the action group, we've also written to the Office of National Statistics to try and influence them to make this change. It matters though, doesn't it? Because if you don't capture it, it's almost as if the issue doesn't matter. It's almost as if you're rendering people's experiences invisible. And of course, if you don't have the evidence, it's more difficult to make the case for money to go towards the services and support that older people need. So we need to change this, and we will, but it is shocking at the moment that this is the case.
Yes, definitely. The other things that have touched me are listening to people's experiences and people's stories. How have you felt about that?
I've been really, I suppose the word is, I've been really moved by what I've heard from older people who've shared their experiences of domestic abuse, because it takes enormous courage to do that. It takes courage to speak out in the first place. It takes courage to seek help, to say you've got a problem, and then to be able to speak about that and share those experiences. And I think what it's done is it shows the reality to people of what happens, that this can happen to you or me, that no one's immune from it. It doesn't matter what your background is, where you live, what your experience is, it can happen to you. And for those older people who have spoken out, they are making such a difference, because it's their voices that will change things. It's their voices that will lead to action. And we need both the stories and the evidence and the data together. And when we bring those two together, that's when we can really make a difference and get the change we need to see.
Yes, then it's very powerful. What do you hope for the future then?
Well, I'm hoping that the work we do together will increase awareness of the issue of abuse of older people, all types of abuse actually, not just domestic abuse, but financial as well. And in doing so, will enable more people to know how to protect themselves, to know where to go to seek help, and will also encourage society more generally to understand the issues and to know what they can do to help, because this is an issue that affects all of us in society, and we all need to work together to tackle it.
Fantastic. That's been brilliant. Thank you ever so much. And I hope that the people listening will find this really useful and be vigilant and support the work. So thank you so much.
Thanks so much, Nicola, and really appreciate the support from the Royal College of Nursing in the work we're doing. Thank you.